Good evening. This is the Ham Radio Crash Course. Welcome to Hill House. We'll be talking about the Hill Topper Radio. Alright, enough of that. Free music. How's it going, everybody? I got my radio back, and we're going to talk about it for this spooky edition of the Ham Radio Crash Course. How's it going, everybody? I will be doing the meme. I will be taking calls on CW for 14060 megahertz. So if you want to call me, go ahead and do that. But this spooky episode of the Ham Radio Crash Course is largely because I got my Hilltopper 20 back, and I did 2 videos on it, and I never did a follow-up. I never said, hey, what's going on with the radio? So that's what this is all about, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get into that, though, let's dive right over here. What is that? Apparently, I was looking for Halloween activity on HF, which is nothing going on right now. So this is the 4-state QRP website that I have posted before, and we've looked at before. They now have a Hilltopper 40. I have the Hilltopper 20, which is this guy right here. Very cool little radio. Whoa! My ghost is lighting up. $6.66. Evil is getting super close. Stay safe. Yeah, I know. I got a couple of friends with me today. So this is a pretty cool radio. It is... What's the price of this thing? What? They added... I don't think the price went up on this. This was $80 when I bought it. I want to go back now. How much is the 40? $97. So it looks like the price went up a little bit on these guys. It's a pretty cool radio. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk and explain like what work was done to it, and then we're actually going to operate a little bit with it because it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy to use. Remember, I built it here. This is kind of what it looks like. Now, a bit of the backstory on what happened. Let me back up here. So what happened was there was a voltage regulator that I misplaced with one of the parts in the anti-static bag. The way the kit is laid out is that it has a series of bags, and they're all laid out, and everything's laid out in steps, which makes it really, really easy to build. The problem is that there's an anti-static bag, and you have to pull parts from it throughout the build. So I mixed up one of the parts that was supposed to go in the voltage regulator slot with a volt from the anti-static bag. So I put it in the wrong spot, and then what happened at that point was, didn't let the smoke out, but we killed some of the components. I ended up trying to fix it on my own. I bought a clock board, and I did a video on desoldering and then resoldering it, and it didn't work out. So what I ended up doing was I reached out to some people that are on the 4-state QRP website, which I just showed. They have a forum, and basically I shipped him the radio and I let him fix it. I think it cost me $40. Now, the good news was there wasn't that much to fix, and actually what I found out, which is pretty interesting, which makes me realize that I'm going to need to... I'm basically going to have to go get a, what am I thinking of? Oscilloscope. The reason I have to get a scope is there was actually a part that was registering correctly the correct voltage, but it was not working correctly. So the radio wasn't even going to operate. I basically got it back to the point that it would power on and it would operate from a control standpoint, but it was not actually transmitting anything. So that's part of the problem. So let me show you what this looks like. So here is my Hilltopper right here, pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you, here's the underside. So there's some red jumpers. That's because he had to jump some of the lines and some of the leads due to some of my desoldering. I don't have a desoldering setup, so it got a little rough in there, particularly when you're doing multi-pins. I'd like to show you this work a little bit better, and I have just the tool for the job. I have a microscope now, a USB microscope. So let's get right in there. See if I can show you that. Come on there, buddy. Oop. And if you hear any monsters in the background, that's my kids. They are home today, so. I was really excited about this USB. Ooh, look at that. So you can see he had to jump a bridge there, and actually used a bit of lead to do it. Oh, this is not working there. Great. There we go. Back that up a bit. I don't know if this would work out, but apparently it does perfectly. Yeah. So somebody's commenting, I was building a K1, Elecraft K1, made a mistake, and gave it to another ham for help. He fixed it in a week. Took me 6 years to get it back. Fixed it in a week, took me 6. Nice. Oh, I've got multiple chats going here. Boop. There we go. You desolder that with a TIG welder. Yeah, that's kind of what I ended up doing. Desoldering is not something I normally do. I don't ever really have to do it. So, not surprising I didn't do a perfect job at it. And it's a skill in its own. So I won't begrudge anybody who is a bit better at it than me. And there's nothing wrong with calling for help now occasionally. We all need help. But there's the pin desoldering, or the pin lead that he jumped. Yeah, I got rid of the chat. Thanks there. So there's the other jumper that he had to make. So yeah, guy did really good work. He's actually a ham, so you can look him up. His name's Dave Benson. He's on the 4 States QRP website. So if you're on there and you go to the forums and you ever need help with different projects, he's a really good guy to talk to. And he spent really a lot of time working with me on getting the whole thing worked out. So that really means a lot, and it's working, so that's what we're going to show you for the rest of the video. All right. I think we're good with the microscope. That was more fidgety than I thought it would be. Doing that live, let's not do that for a while. We'll probably use it for other things, but anyway, the only thing that's kind of difficult about this kit are these. Let me get this battery here. There's these standoffs that you need to use. That's not in view. There you go. There are these little metal standoffs, and you know what? I think I'm gonna. Oh, that feels so much better. Ooh. Do we got another doubled up chat? There we go. I don't know why that keeps coming back. Oh, man. Oh, that feels better. My regular nose is not that much smaller, but still, that feels much better than that thing. That was hurting. So you got to get these standoffs in place. And then you have to gingerly, ever so gingerly, put the backing on and put the screws in for the backing. Okay. Oh, of course, I left the... Jeez. Okay, so the backing is the same on either side. Oh, cool. Terry Morris knows Dave Benson. Yeah, really cool guy. Yeah, he made the whole thing real painless. Busy dude and still helped me out. So, line this up as best you can. Oh, do I have this right way? Yes, I do. That's the fidgetiest part right there. Whew. Let's do a quick look-see before I button her up, just to make sure I got them all. I don't want those things riding around in the chassis. Oh, cool. Says Terry says, met him several times at FDIM. No, very nice. Something in the chat. Oh, Illiterate Beef says, please help me. I got my license 4 months ago, and now I have a DMR D-Star DX2 System Fusion radios, and I'm afraid I'm going to die alone surrounded by every radio model ever made. And that's a problem? How do you call that a problem? That's not a problem. Yeah, right? William's on to what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. Okay. So here's it all buttoned up. I took the liberty of using this MFJ tuner to get it tuned, and let's go ahead and back this up a bit so you can see what's going on. All right, so I got a key out. I have my SWR meter, and I got a tuner. Basically, it takes BNC connection, a 12 volt, and then your key, and then your phone, whatever you want to use. So I'm going to use a speaker today. Okay. Let's make sure I don't screw this up. This is phone. And get him on there. Okay, so power, I currently have this Bio-NO power brick. Bio-NO power brick. This is a 6 amp hour. Really nice, but way too big for this radio. So I actually bought this Turnigy 1.3 cell that I'm gonna bodge up here, maybe on this video, to have some power pulls, and then we'll be able to use that. So, okay, let's plug her in and see what happens. It's alive. So the frequency readout is the first thing that you have to know about this. There's obviously no screen because this is a CW only radio. So when you hit function, let's get this all the way up so you can hear it. Okay, so that was, the last part was 0R0. Okay, so if you take the tuning knob, which is your, in fact, let me switch it back over the desk so you guys can see the operation here a little bit. So if you tune this, you're going to start moving through the frequencies. It always starts up in 14.60, although you can modify that through some key presses to make it start lower, I think 14.30. But basically, if you just start clicking, and it's got little indentations, and then hit the button again, okay, so that's the frequency readout. What was that? 5. Was that an 8? What were we on? 5, 8? Yeah, okay. So we're on 5. Oh, I didn't get that. 5, 4, 0, and then 8. So it went from 60 to 5408. So it moves pretty fast. If you hit the tuning button, just one click. Oh, you got a momentary click, sorry. Okay. So that's moving in small moves now. It's moving in 10 megahertz steps. So 5, 4. That was 8. So that's now, is that back to 5, 4, 8? Yeah. Oh, 9, 59. Yeah. So now we're moving in 10 hertz steps. So one more we. So yeah, now 10 hertz. So we can keep stepping like this until we get back to 166 or 160 or 14.060. One more. Terry's got it. He knows exactly what's up. So we're just getting back to 14.060. Okay, so you get the idea. You can tune around. But if you want to just go back to 14.060, just unplug it and start it up again. There you go. So now we're back to 0, 6, 0. Okay? All right. So as far as paddles go, actually, this is not... Let me put that back there. I've got my iambic paddle. I'm going to move this out of the way. So my iambic paddle, right? Oh. Did somebody mess with my tuner? So let me switch this over. I'll show you how you tune it. Sorry if that was a little loud. I'll turn that down a bit. So what happens if... Yeah, I don't know what that was. It wasn't changing. That's interesting. Huh. That's weird. Yeah. Anyway, I guess it's on real slow moves. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're getting movement out of it. We're fine. Anyway, moving along. Your keyer control is the speed. Your control here is your speed of the keys. So now, real fast, faster than me. Dial it back down. So nice keyer control right on top of it, and then of course you got your gain. Let me get this. Let me turn this down so you can hear it better. Not really get much out of the speakers. Hold on. Let me flip the antenna over. So your gain control here, when the speaker's up, if you had cans on, you can hear a lot better. This is your receiver gain. You probably can't hear. Okay, is that better? All right. Maybe you're not getting it. All right. Let me turn this down because it's going to get really loud. To tune it, what you do... Wow. Eric says his dad used to do 55 plus words per minute. To tune it, it's pretty simple. You just hold down the function button. So normally when you push it, it gives you the... frequency readout. But if you hold it down and let it go, it'll give you 5 seconds tone so you can see on your SWR if it's to tune. Ready? And that's about as good as it's going to get on this antenna. Okay, so now we're in tune. I took the liberty of doing that beforehand. But pretty simple at that point. So you're basically going to... Let's see if we can actually find some activity. The band is pretty dead. If somebody wants to try and call me on CW, that'd be cool. It's really quiet on 20 today. At least on my receive side. Oh, I could probably fix that. The cause of that is, I think. Yeah, it's probably this guy. I figured out that one of my major problems is that we had too much power draw. I get a lot of power draw off of my USB hubs, so I had to move everything off of them. The microscope takes up an obscene amount of power for some reason, so I just pulled it, so hopefully that gets a little bit better. I apologize if that's... And choppy is there's a squelch to the mic now. So if you're gonna lose background audio if I stop talking, like this. Oh, you do get some noise. Yeah, it's the noise filter. Thank you, William. Okay. Oh, I lost it because I went back to the other antenna. Yeah, it's a bummer that there's no activity going on right now. I guess that's what you get for doing a Tuesday evening on 20 meters. With our sun cycle, or too high now. With our sun cycle, we're gonna need to be a little bit earlier with 20 meters. Anyway, let me switch it back over. All right, so now we got it. I was bumping the mic. Hopefully that. Let me move that out of the way so I'm not bumping it. So the good news is you can see it. Eric D, I am indeed in California. I'm in Southern California. So you can hear it on the 7300, but that's makes sense because it's it's right next door. Let's see if we can get that web SDR to help me out a little bit. We have a pretty big distance between what I've got here and there, and I don't have the best setup for it. But let us see. Okay. We are on 14060. And we're going to be in CW. I'm just going to start this over because I don't know where it's at. Okay. So I'm unmuting. All right, so we got the San Francisco Web SDR. Let me turn this guy down. He's throwing me off. Okay, we are... Yep, I love me some Spark Repeater. Okay, I've got this set up right. Let me switch over to the web here and we'll try and call CQ again and see if... Let me turn this down a little bit. Oops. I got out of whack there with the I. I went to an S. I'm not seeing it on the web SDR. I don't see it. Don't see our signal. That's okay though, because it works. I'm picking it up on the ICOM 7300, so we know it works at least on the desk. Eventually, which actually coming up very soon here, I'll be putting it on the beam, and we'll be able to use it off the beam, which we're going to get a lot better results on. Because with the beam, I don't need a tuner. So a lot of this power is getting lost all up in this business. It should be 5 watts, and I'm only getting about 2 watts out of it. Oh, and we got monsters in the background, the gremlins. 2 watts and way too high in SWR. It's at a 2-to-1 right now, so yeah. Yeah, Adam probably wouldn't be able to copy me in Oahu. If I switch back over to my 7300, you might be able to. In fact, we might do that in a second. So, okay. If I want to be ready to go portable, I can't just be lugging around this brick, which this brick's great for long time use or all day use with the QRP radio. But why don't I go ahead and mute that now? Okay, stop. All right. So what we want to do is we want to put an Anderson's on this guy. Okay. This is an RC connector, which is a keyed connector. It's got kind of like a triangle on one end. And so by clipping this lead off and replacing it with an Anderson's, I will be able to operate the radio. But this is a charged battery, so you want to be extremely careful about arcing and causing dangerous things to happen. So there's a method to the madness of how you want to go about doing this. I'm going to get some of this stuff out of the way just so we're safe. Although I'm obviously a trained professional, right? Okay. So the way I do this is I go one at a time. I go one lead at a time, and I use the separate pieces, and then I join them. And they join like that. Okay? So push them apart. They're also kind of keyed, and you just slide them together like that. And if you want to, you can put one of these little pins in there, and that kind of, it's a roll pin, and that locks it into place. Okay, so let's start out by snipping this side. Let's use some real snips. Okay. Okay. I don't know what gauge this wire is. Start with 14 was an okay bet. Nope, we took some, not 14, go up one. Okay, so we got our lead here. Who said power pole all the things? Evan? Yeah, man, I love power poles. Love them. So it's always a good idea to solder them if you have the capacity to do so. But they work without it too. You know, let's take a little bit more off. I always try to not go further than... You don't want too much of the insulation hanging out. So, nope, it is a 14. Oh, it's a 12. How many people we got watching right now? I didn't even look. 83 people. What's going on, guys? I know it's a weekday and not a Friday fun day, so thanks for coming out. So let's try and line it up as best we can for where it will be. So something like that. Take your crimper. Okay. I like to give it a little sideways action. Okay. Where are you? Problem we're going to have with this one. Oh, did I do it wrong? No, I did not. Come on. Problem we're going to have with this guy is these wires are really, really flexible. Great. Yep, because I put it on wrong. Well, it doesn't matter. That crimp was bad. That's why I like to solder these. Eric D says, too high tech for me. I'll stick to the vacuum tube stuff. Aw, man. Really? That stuff seems dangerous, though. That stuff's where you got lots of power, right? You could at any time electrocute yourself with vacuum tube stuff, right? Okay, let's try this again. Really crunch the crap out of it. The monsters are yelling in the background. The demon monsters. It's got such luxurious insulation on it already, though. It's kind of like that soft rubberized stuff. I really don't want to mess with it. because I like it so much. Okay, that's better. Nope, you're done. You're done, son. Oh, I let my wife borrow my pokey thing. Yeah, I know. That's the other thing too, is when you got a battery pack, you don't really want to put a lot of heat on it. That's a whole nother problem. Oh, I need my pokey thing. Hold on. I need my probe. I don't want to get a strike. I realize my wife is playing Halloween music in the background. I hope that's not getting picked up. Oh, yeah. Wait, what am I doing? Let's take care of that right now. Derp. That'll be a fun day. All right. Bingo. All right. So we got the black line. The return line is matched up now. Okay, good. Okay, so let's make these roughly the same. Ladau. And well, that would have been a fun blooper for the reel, the live reel. Some of you were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You're gonna have to send that radio back to the guy who fixed it." You fool. All right, let's line these up again. Yep, the rounded, or the more round the crimps are, the better. So I usually just really crunch them down, and then come back and round them, and then hit them again. That's generally what I do. Okay. Hope you like the haunted screaming of children in the background. All right, give it a real good crunch. And then come back around and clean it up a bit. Come on, buddy. Uh-oh, we have a visitor.
You remember when you were attacked with a rubber duck?
Oh my gosh.
Rubber chicken for Halloween?
Come here. Come here, guys.
Ma?
Say trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trunk or treat? What about trunk or treat? About trunk or treat.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. It looks good. Go ahead.
Quack, quack.
I guess that's what they're doing for Okay, stop yelling. Jeez. You'll never be on the stream again. There we go. Okay. So I'm taking this power pack and I'm adding power poles to it so that we can use it with our new radio that we got here. And I'm trying to get this thing lined up so that we can shove the cable into it without... Anderson's, though, can be a little pissy. And you get a PL259, and you get a PL259. All right, we got it locked in. It's in the spot it needs to be. Got it. Ding. All right, now let's line them up. Okay, so there we go. We have a 1.3 amp hour battery. So now, bring back our little QRP radio here and connect it up. Cool. So now I have a power pack with a 12-volt plug. All right, speaker back on. Let's see if it worked. What's going on here? That's not working. Maybe we just killed it live on the air again. She's dead, Jim. Oh, it's stuck on transmit. What's going on? Let's check our connections here. Because I'm an idiot. Let's make sure we got all our plugs right. There we go. No, I charged the batteries beforehand. I've learned my lesson on that one. Ay, ay, ay. Ah! There we go. Jeez. Let's do that again for good measure here. Slow my keyer down a little bit too. And turn this guy down. But what's the keyer, dude? Eric, you keep asking me about a keyer. This is a radio. But there is a keyer built into it. And so you can lower it all the way down here. Whoa, that's way too low for me. Hey. We got no life out on the air tonight. I suspect that is my actual antenna system currently that we are replacing for a beam, so that will be coming up soon. So I'm very excited about that. Okay. Cool. So I got my project done. I got to show you guys the radio. So do you have any questions on Spooky Halloween Day? Oh my gosh, is it decoding? That's pretty funny. That would be funny if it's decoding. I wonder if it would. Well, let's try that too while we're here. I see no reason why it wouldn't. Where is it? There we go. Oop. Here we go. Auto words per minute. Is it supposed to auto? It's not doing it. Come on, buddy. Let's turn this up a little bit. I short stroked that one. That's not doing it. It's not doing anything. I don't really like this this app that much. I know I'm not the best at CW, but it's not working that well. Turn this down a little bit. Somebody at Truth Telling Mofo, inverted V versus flat dipole. Inverted V is going to act more like an omnidirectional antenna, and the flat dipole is going to function like a flat dipole. Plus, it's going to be fully horizontally polarized, so you should get a lot better noise floor out of it. So, this is not doing nothing. Yeah, not this app, not so good. Not so bueno. Am I picking? Okay, let's do this. Let me get my keyboard back. Let's see if we can actually use something a little bit better. I'm not that good at Morse code, so I would assume so. He's calling CQ, CQ, and then my call sign. Yeah. Terry Morris says that was slow enough that a good app should be able to decipher. You'd think so, but let's see. All right, so if I hit this, oh, good. Okay, well, this might work. Hold on. Hey, no. No, it got K. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let me get this down here. Clear this out. Well, that was helpful. Here, I made your window resizable. Excellent. Got a Z. No. Okay, so that's that. A little fun with the CWs. The right way is to do it in your head. Yes, Terry is right. That is the right way to do it. I recommend everybody learn Morse code. It is a lot of fun. And I'm slowly learning it. I would recommend if you are going to learn it, let's go back here. One of the things that I've recently found which is really good is Morse.camp. Morse.camp is great, and I don't have you muted anymore, so let me unmute, and let's try. Oh, I don't have it on. So it's going to be basically... So you just keep hearing it over and over again until you self-copy it, and then you show what it is. That was the word for down here at the bottom. So yeah, use Morsecamp because it's going to repeat it over and over again. It's totally random, and then you can... okay, let me mute you. It's going to drive me crazy. You can learn to copy blind, right? Learn to copy without... Stop! You can learn to copy random words and stuff like that. So, okay, that's the Hilltopper. let's go ahead and switch back over. Somebody asked me to do a quick CQ on my 7300, so I'll do that. Let me go back to wide desk view. And my key. Let's plug that in. Ooh. That's interesting. I thought I had you all tuned up. Whoa. Oh. Don't do that. Break your damn radio. All right. Yeah, decoders are pretty bad. Oh. God, what's going on here? Is my... There we go. My wire was up underneath the key. Okay, so that's pretty much that. I don't know if anybody can hear me out there in TV land. On the air. Terry Moore says, after learning all the characters, you should learn to copy words, like when you learn that character in elementary school, then words. Yes, I agree. That Morse Camp's pretty good at doing that. You can dial it way back. Did you buy the O insert choice word here? I didn't connect my antenna insurance. Yeah. The advantage of having a tuner in between your radio and an antenna switch is that the tuner is going to soak up that damage. Is that somebody out there? No, I don't think so. Was power... Can't hear me in... Now we were at 85, so I'll go to 90. I'm telling you, I have a feeling that my antenna is... There's something going on with my antenna. It's not... It works really well on the high bands and really well on the low bands, but 20 and 40... It's weird. 30 is okay, but 20 and 40 not so great. Oh, did I just skip something? I lost my call sign there. It's too hard to do this and also try and think of live stream stuff to talk about. Again. Stick. Yeah. Well, that was the 7300 for those that came in. This is working, though, perfectly. And I got my cute little battery pack to go along with it. So now I am going to make myself more active on CW so that I can take this and go do soda activations with it. Because all the real pros do soda with CW. Is there a bird sitting on my antenna? That would do that. Yeah, there could be. Could be a bird living on there. There's a little top part where the... what do they call that? The standoff is. And birds can like chill up there. Although I don't think that's the case now. Okay, so that was basically the wrap-up video for the Hilltopper 20. And we've added the Turnigy 1.3 with it, and now that's gone. But it's a cool little radio, and it works. I've tested it now against my 7300, and Dave actually, when he was tuning it and getting it up to speed, he ran some nets with it. And I think he said he worked somebody in Europe with it, with this guy. So once I become a real ham radio operator and learn to code, then I too should be able to get out there a little bit further. At least with Soda. I really wanted to use this on Soda. KG5UBB says, be careful with LiPo batteries. You may want to invest in a fireproof LiPo pouch. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. These guys are, they're RC batteries. A lot of hams are picking up these RC batteries and basically using them in QRP and stuff like that because they're so small. I know a lot of people are going to them, and they weigh nothing. These is basically just a stack of CR123s that they've lined up. It's like a 4-cell pouch. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, exactly. I dropped it right after you said, you should get a safety pouch for that. Yeah, somebody's saying there seems to be pretty good deals coming up on them in AliExpress or AliExpress. $11.11. Eric D. So that green deal is a complete CW transceiver. Yes, sir. Indeed. That is exactly what it is. How can we do this? Can we do this? I should be able to use my... Alright, hold on. This shouldn't hurt anything. Famous last words in ham radio. We're close enough that I'm going to turn the power down on the 7300 and connect my... Let's blow it up. Okay. Woo! Yeah, it works. That's out of the speaker, so that's out of the Hilltopper. So there you go. Yep, it's a transceiver. It doesn't really have any filtering. It has RIT, in case you need to do RIT, and that's activated by holding down the function button. You can change the step sequence or step size in kilohertz that you want to step as you tune, and it has a keyer right on top of it. Keyer works great, as we saw. If you, I'm not going to do that now, but yeah, we tried it earlier. And then you've got your RF gain. It's a simple radio. Very simple little QRP radio, and it's band locked. It's 20 meters, right? That's what it operates in. And there's not much else to say about it. It's pretty cool. It was a very fun kit to build until I screwed it up. Signal stick on the Hilltopper just for receive. No, I've got it in my 17-foot VHF UHF antenna. I figured it'd be okay. It was, because it's just receiving. And I've got 0 watts coming out of the 7300 right now. Jerry Rosin asks, is it crystal controlled? No, it's not. It uses a microcontroller and a variable SI... Oh boy, what is that card? 7-1... It's an Adafruit time board. Hold on. Adafruit ID 7175? Is that right? No. I could just look at the instructions. In fact, let's just go back over there. Okay. This guy. Oh, it's an SI 5351 board. So that's what this thing uses. Zach asks, is the Hilltopper locked to only US ham frequencies? I don't know. Terry says, that speed is fine for working cues. Thank you. I need to do more of that. But yes, that is something I definitely want to explore more. A lot of fun to be had there, and particularly for soda. This is perfect. This is perfect for soda. You are going to be able to work fine with this. Now, you don't have all the features that you get from a KX2, an Elecraft, but this is $100 and cool radio. Yeah, I like the case too. I think that's a fun way to do things with the circuit boards. And I'll put my HRCC sticker on the back there. Yeah, very cool. Zach asks, oh yeah, good question, Zach. I really don't know. Yeah, Michael got it. It is. Oh, Jake Bauer says it's a Singles Day holiday in China, like Black Friday, but the sales are bigger. So it's $11.11 for that, for this Turnigy battery, which is a great deal. That's a good deal. So yeah, I would recommend that very much. Okay, so that's going to do it. Hopefully that was kind of interesting. Happy Halloween, everybody, because I'm not going to do something tomorrow for Halloween. And we will still have a stream Friday, which should be a lot of fun. It's going to be about how to work a QSO effectively. And we're not talking about contests or anything like that. We're just talking about both if you were on like a repeater for VHF, UHF, or if you're on HF, what do you generally do? And how to scan and use your radio effectively to find the frequencies that you want to talk on. Something like this guy is going to be a little bit harder, obviously, to do that because you don't really have a lot of visibility with this. You're kind of just tuning around until you find people talking, and then you hit the function to get the readout on what frequency you're on. The 7300 obviously is great at that because you just use the waterfall to great effect to find whatever you want to talk to and click on it, and there you go. Oh, Yeah, very good. Okay, excellent. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it. And thanks again. Happy Halloween. Be safe. Be safe out there. Be safe out there, don't you know? And I will post probably Friday's stream tomorrow so that you'll see the link and it'll be available. And if you haven't already, please check out Facebook. We're on Facebook. I'm not doing a Discord after chat because I got to go help out the family and do some Halloween stuff. But Discord is there. The link is in the description. Zach will probably post a link here shortly. And yeah, very cool. Excellent. Check out the description for lots of links there. There is some news. Ducey Island is still going through the 3rd. They start packing up. And the SSTV, not the greatest one. We'll talk more about that. But they left the overlays on the pictures. I found it interesting because it was like NASA pictures being sent by the Russians. And they left the MMSSTV overlays over the top, which I thought was hilarious. M84 Baxter asks, have you done a show on satellite propagation with the ISS SSTV? So yeah, I did, but it was very high level. It was really high level, and it was kind of more of a conversation because we had a lot of really smart people in the chat. So we kind of just talked back and forth because my only real experience with satellites is some of the the FM birds and the ISS. I've never talked to the ISS, but I have worked the slow scan television and APRS beaconing. So maybe we'll do that in the future. I've got that arrow antenna I need to put some whip grease on and get some more use out of. So, okay, we'll cut it. Somebody said the audio's cutting, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, guys, take it easy. 73s. Thanks for watching. See ya.